Hello and welcome. I'm not gonna do a big starting soon because this is just me chatting about movies. So, hopefully the music is okay. And I'm sorry you guys do hear it through my mic. I don't want to have headphones on right now. So I have it kind of low in my, loud enough so I can hear it. Hopefully then it's pick up intensity so it catches in my mic. But a little bit of scary music to go along with talking about scary movies. And for anybody who is not familiar with the Conjurings, there would be spoilers, so I'm throwing it out right now. And I would recommend going and watching any or all of them. They're all very, very good. So, personally, still mine is my favorite is the second one, but we'll get into that soon. I'm just gonna let the time filter until it's 11 o'clock. So, but I hope you guys are having a good Monday. I'm getting better. I had a just a bad bout with emotional stuff, and that's why I was gone for a couple of days. I was silent, so I'm slowly coming back. So, and I figured why not start with streaming and talking about scary movies. And I'm going to immediately put this up. Well, not immediately, but this will be a video up on the channel. Probably come out Wednesday. So you'll be able to see it all there. So yeah, let's get into it. I don't have any visual, which really sucks. I may throw in some visuals when I'm doing the edit for YouTube. It'll just make it a lot easier to talk about. But I'm just gonna ramble. So I hope you guys enjoy listening to me talk about the Conjurings. So, on Friday, The Conjuring 3, which is subtitled The Devil Made Me Do It, was released. And I saw it Saturday. And that one was a roller coaster. That one was a lot different comparatively speaking to how the first two were. But let's jump back to The Conjuring, the first, with the Perron family. A very stereotypical horror movie, haunted house. A new family moved in. A family moved into a new house, abandoned. Not abandoned. Isolated. And then stuff start to happen. But when I first saw it, I was expecting one of the kids to become possessed, because because April, the youngest one, sees who is a ghost named Rory, who is a product of this demonic possession that happened throughout the years. And with her being the youngest and not being in school, being in the house all the time, I assumed that it would be her to be possessed going off of what I've seen, but um, when they did the clap, the hide and clap with her and the mom Carol, they were playing the game upstairs, which is still got my blood pumping because I do not like the fact that they were playing upstairs. But they go into the wardrobe and you see hand clapping is not April's, and so you see it starting to work on the mom, and then throughout the movie you see bruises appear, and you're like, oh, it's nothing. They are normal, and that's what I love about it. Is it caught me off guard when it was the mom being possessed, and so. But what gets me about that one is the mystery behind Lorraine, and the fact that Ed is trying to go off and do this by himself, trying to protect his wife, and the on-screen chemistry of Vera and Patrick is so, it's so good. I love to watch them. And then follow them throughout this journey. They care about the family and doing this correctly, and they care about each other. So it makes the whole experience very grounded in very. It's not all jump scares or blood and guts. It's very nicely paced. Very nice on visual aesthetic, and just the basement exorcism at the end is very good. So, but as much as I love all these movies, my all-time favorite is the second one, and so I don't want to say too much on each of them, just so you guys can go and see them because they're very, very, very good. But the second one, really, really got me, and for one was the demon itself, Valak, just the nun. Now I grew up Catholic, so that we're kind of a like, ooh, that's like blasphemic, and so that kind of drew me in. And then with how it starts off in the Amityville horror, I like the Amityville horror. That's fun. I like that one. I think I saw because my parents weren't very big horror buffs, but I saw the old one. I think I was 10, and then just went from there with horror movies. Stephen King is a big one in my life with horror, but the ones I enjoy the ghost hunting, the paranormal aspect, and when dealing with demons, it's I just like it. I fall into it very easily, because it's one thing that is not very well perceived, and that's why I like it, because they're out there. So I lost track of when I would go in for the movie, but we learn from the first one that during an exorcism, um, thing can happen to the people within the room, and something happened to Lorraine, and we find out in the second one of what she saw, because she sees the vision again in Amityville, because they're doing a research, or not research, but they're investigating the house, um, to find out if they can prove if it was a demonic presence. And we see her that she sees Ed be Ed dying, and so that takes a whole different approach to the movie, because they are a great pair. They need each other to do what they do. And then with England, we're going over to England, dealing with um, this family, the Hodgson family, dealing with what they're going through, which is, that one was kind of, it's another haunted house type feel to it, but it's a family, it's a well-established family home, and it's a single mother with 4 kids. And it was that one, there's so much there that I would have to actually watch the movie again to narrate, but unfortunately I can't do that. So I'm just going off of what moments strike me as very standout points. And one of the major points that stood out to me were when Ed picks up the guitar and sings with the kids. In the middle of all this stuff that's going on, you can see that the kid Janet, who had been drained, and the family being separated for the safety of them, for the safety of the other kids, that this family close and having them come together and as singing for them, was for me a very touching moment, because you're taken out of the whole haunting and stuff, and you're centered in this family and Ed and Lorraine, because it's a very calming moment. You also see the struggle in Lorraine, as she is here to investigate but not get involved, because she doesn't want to be of her vision, and so she is struggling with that. And so it's just a very, very good moment. And then another good moment is when they learn that Lorraine's sight was being blocked by just a spirit, and they go back to the house to help, thus starting the third and final act. Having them separated between a door is probably a very touching moment, because you're gonna see the care for each other, and just that things have to be done the way they're planned out to be, and so it ends up being a race via Ed to Janet, trying to get up to Janet, who is at the end of the possession, and then Lorraine to get into Ed. So and then it just ends out perfectly, because then you find out stories about Ed and Lorraine during that one. They each share with Janet how they met, and or not how they met, but how they believed in each other, and they married each other because they believed each other. So it's all very good. I just love how James puts it all together, because it all ties into what's going on with the demonic possession. And then Devil Made Me Do It. It jumps you're right in, because you start in the first one. You're starting out. You're in a lecture, and Ed and Lorraine are talking about are just going through an exorcism, talking about it, and they're giving a lecture to a class. And then in the second one, you start out with a seance at Amityville Horror. With The Devil Made Me Do It, you're immediately into an exorcism of an 8-year-old boy. Now, forgive me, I've only seen this one once, so some of my stuff is just going off a first time seeing basis, and so I may be missing some stuff, but I'll point out key points that stood out to me. And but we're jump right into an exorcism, and at that point you know that this is going to be extremely high intensity movie, because it starts off with that, but also it takes away some stability, because you also witness Ed during the accident having a heart attack, and so that takes away some stability for Lorraine, because he is weakened throughout the movie. So, but I also like the detective type way it took, with actually using their power to or their abilities to prove a man innocent. So, but there are just some scenes that just stand out, like the wood scene. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. The wood scene with Lorraine actually following what happened to a set of friends, trying to find out where the other one had disappeared to. That one was a good one. But I think one thing that actually stunned me, there's a couple things that actually stunned me, that took me aback. And when Ed is visited by the witch, the one who had cursed them, and he's in the middle of attacking a corpse that had appeared in his house again, because the first time he saw it was in the morgue, when Lorraine was in a trance, was in her clairvoyance stuff. and he goes to kill it, but he is stopped and he is awakened and sees that he nearly attacked, or he nearly killed his wife. And so that was something that struck me as odd, because you don't normally get that from Ed. And so it was just weird to see that kind of swap. And then, of course, with the attacking of Ed attacking Lorraine down in the tunnels, that one, it just did a lot to say on it, and love is very powerful, and so that's what ultimately saved both Lorraine and Ed with their love for each other. And that's what I like to see, especially in the one that the love for one another is a strength that nothing can defeat. Nothing can overcome it. And so it was just very good, and the way that this movie was out in the world, it wasn't centered in a house with one family. There were more locations, there were more people that they discussed, trying to figure out what was going on. And it just opened the door for what I thought The Conjuring would go in for, because I'm used to seeing them with one family in a house, in a single location, and they're fighting the thing. But this one pretty much went off the rails, and so it's like, where are they gonna go next? But it's also something that I like, because they're based off of true stories. They're based off of real case files from Ed and Lorraine. And so, as the material is taken very seriously, because it is, based off of real life, so I feel that you have the right people portraying these characters in a way that show respect for the material that exists. And so I highly enjoy those movies. I'm not too sure about the nun Annabelle. I think there's a Crooked Man out. I'm not too sure with those. I may just watch them just because they're scary, but I don't know. I'll look into it and see if they're worth giving a watch. But I really hope to see a fourth Conjuring, but it's gonna be different because they're taking into account that Ed had a heart attack, and so that is going to be a battle from here on out. So I don't know. It's really hard to talk about I wanted to. I just wanted to, but it's also one thing where it's really hard to do it when you don't have the source material right there to kind of help explain what's going on. And so I don't know, maybe I'll do another one on YouTube, a more in-depth one, and have actually the videos up, and I would have to watch the third one a little bit more because I've only seen it once. So it's So I mean, it's fresh, but I haven't been able to explore everything that goes on with it. Cause I firstly I watched just to watch it, just to get what is going on, what the story is, and then I go in and analyze it, not critically, but just trying to find out where it connects the other one, if it does. But they did a fantastic job with that movie and also with the other two. So I would highly recommend going to see these three movies. Um, they're so good. And that's also one thing that I like about it, because even though they are Ed and Lorraine are religious film, are they're religious. They have to be that, but not in any way form of pushing religion onto the watcher, and that's what I like about it. It's just you're aware of it, you understand why it needs to be there, but they're really good stories, and so I hope to see more uh, from them. So yeah, I have nothing else to say really. I had ideas, but they just kind of flew out because I'm recording or live, same thing, but so I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can do a watch party and we'll watch all three of them. I think that'd be fun. So I'll see about it. About doing something like that, because I think that would be epic. So yeah. So that's it for me today. I'm looking at my calendar right now. I am going to be streaming Wednesday. I have it up on my calendar for streaming. I don't know what I'll be doing. Probably Skyrim. Maybe what if I can get it working, if I can figure out how to work it on my computer. So I think that'd be fun. But I also have a video up on my YouTube channel that came out at 10, so go watch that please, and I will see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's not very long, but I wanted to share my love for The Conjuring, so this will go up on the channel probably Wednesday unedited, just so it's there. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye.